Imagine yourself standing in the middle of a vast land where golden sand dunes stretch to the horizon. The wind blows through arid valleys, carrying with it the scent of pristine wilderness. This is Namibia, one of the most mysterious and magical places on the planet. Namibia is unlike any other place on Earth. Not only is it a land of desert and fiery red cliffs, it is also one of Africa's greatest wildlife havens. Across the vast savanna, herds of wildebeest, zebra, and desert elephants roam restlessly in search of water, while in the skies above, eagles and vultures wait patiently for their chance to hunt below. But Namibia is more than a peaceful picture of nature. It is a harsh land where only the strongest and smartest animals survive. Predators, from desert lions to lightning-fast cheetahs, stalk their prey, while seasoned elephants lead their herds across barren landscapes to find scarce water. Our journey will take you through the wildest lands, from the vast grasslands of Etosha National Park to the Namib Desert, considered one of the oldest deserts in the world. And now, join me in this land, where every footprint in the sand tells a story of the struggle for survival. Next, we delve into the harsh yet fascinating habitats of Namibia. How do animals survive in a seemingly inhospitable place? We are entering one of the driest regions on Earth, where temperatures can range from scorching heat during the day to bone-chilling cold at night. This is a land of paradoxes, the Namib Desert, one of the world's oldest deserts, where death and life miraculously coexist. But don't let its harsh exterior fool you. Namibia is more than just a barren wasteland. Look closely and you'll see life lurking in every grain of sand, every dry tree branch, and even in the darkness of its deep canyons. How do animals survive in a place where water is almost a luxury? The answer lies in their incredible adaptability. Just look at the gemsbok, the national animal of Namibia. They have a unique cooling mechanism. When the surrounding temperature rises, their bodies regulate themselves by heating their blood to 45 degrees Celsius before it reaches the brain. This helps them avoid heat stroke even when the ground is scorching hot. Desert reptiles, like the Namibian striped gecko, have a completely different way of surviving. They hide in the cool sand during the day and come out at night to hunt for prey, tiny insects that wander the sand. Even large species like the desert elephant have adapted to this environment. Unlike elephants in the dense forests, Namibian elephants have longer legs and smaller feet, allowing them to move across rough terrain without getting stuck in the sand. They can also remember the location of water sources that have been passed down through generations by their ancestors, an amazing survival ability. But if you think it's only animals that struggle to survive, you'd be wrong. The trees of Namibia have their own strategies for coping with the harshness. One of the most amazing examples is the Welwitschia mirabilis, an ancient plant that can live for over 1,000 years. Its secret, its roots spread out to catch the rare dew that falls each morning, allowing it to survive with little or no rain. You might think of deserts as barren places devoid of life, but Namibia has a secret: underground rivers. Rivers like the Kusub and Honeb are often dry on the surface, but underneath they carry vital underground water. These streams create unexpected oases where wildlife finds refuge. One of the most amazing is the existence of the desert lion, a notorious but rare predator. Unlike its grassland relatives, the Namibian desert lion can travel dozens of kilometers a day in search of prey, and can survive for weeks without drinking water, obtaining fluids only from the blood of its prey. And if you thought predators like lions were the only danger, wait until the next part. As darkness descends on Namibia, a whole other realm awakens, one where predators lurk in the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike. Night falls on the Namibian wilderness. The sky is filled with stars, while the ground is shrouded in darkness. But don't let the tranquility fool you. This is not a time for rest, but rather for predators to begin their journey. Imagine you are in the middle of the Etosha grasslands. In the distance, a herd of wildebeest pauses by a watering hole, their ears twitching, alert to the slightest sound. They know that nightfall brings the most dangerous predators. If there is one predator that uses speed to its advantage during the day, it is the cheetah. Capable of reaching speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour in short bursts, the cheetah is the fastest land animal. But speed is not always an absolute advantage. A female cheetah stalks a small herd of antelope. She moves slowly, one step at a time, her eyes never leaving her prey. But the problem is, a cheetah can only maintain high speed for a few short seconds. If she doesn't succeed on the first pounce, she will become exhausted and have to give up the hunt. This time, it chose the right moment. Its body sprang up like a spring, and it shot away like a bolt of lightning. The antelope panicked and fled, but a few seconds later, a calf was caught. However, the cheetah's joy did not last long. It needed to eat quickly, because in the darkness, there were stronger predators waiting for the opportunity to steal its spoils. Unlike cheetahs, lions don't need speed. They have another weapon, strength, and the tactic of hunting in a pride. A pride of lionesses lurked in the bush, their eyes glowing in the darkness. Their target was a zebra standing apart from the herd. The lions took their time, waiting, moving slowly and gradually closing in. By the time the zebra, one lion lunged in front of it, blocking its escape route, while another attacked from the side. With no chance of escape, the zebra was thrown to the ground. Roars echoed through the night. It was the sound of domination. But even the rulers have enemies. As the lions began to feed, a low roar was heard in the distance. It was a pack of hyenas, the most daring predators of the savanna. People often think of hyenas as mere scavengers, but that's not the case. They are formidable predators, with powerful jaws that can crush bones, but they have overwhelming numbers. A pack of 10 hyenas is closing in on a lion's meal. They don't attack right away, but instead start making loud noises, a tactic to put pressure on their opponents. At first, the lions continued to eat, but as the hyenas grew in number, the tide began to turn. The hyenas didn't need to be stronger, they just needed to be more numerous. Eventually, the lions were forced to leave, leaving their meal to the audacious marauders. The sun has just crept over the horizon, painting the grasslands and sand dunes of Namibia a golden yellow. As the darkness of night gives way to the light of dawn, a majestic sight emerges. Giant herds of animals are embarking on a great journey. This is not just a journey, but a fight for survival. Hundreds of kilometers lie ahead. The sun is scorching, predators are lurking, but nothing can stop the herds from moving forward. Across the arid plains, thousands of blue wildebeests move with the relentless flow. They are one of the furthest migratory species in Namibia, and also one of the most resilient. Unlike predators that simply stalk and pounce, wildebeests must constantly move to find water. Each year, they travel across the most inhospitable landscapes, from Etosha National Park to the remote savanna, following the rare rains. But not all survived. The cubs, born just weeks earlier, now had to follow the herd on a perilous journey. Their legs were not yet used to the long journey, and behind them, predators like lions and hyenas were always waiting for the weakest to be left behind. In the distance, a herd of desert elephants is leaving the arid lands to find a river that once flowed through the area. They are one of the most uniquely adapted elephant species in the world, able to survive in conditions where most other elephants would give up. The big elephants began to dig, using their powerful tusks to dig deep into the sand, and then little drops of water appeared. Gradually, a small pool formed, enough for the elephants to quench their thirst and continue their journey. Unlike herds of elephants in the rainforest or savanna, the Namibian desert elephants have their own migration strategies. They travel by memory, following the water sources their ancestors used hundreds of years ago. But when they arrive, a harsh reality, the elephants stopped, sniffing the air, listening to the ground. The leader, an experienced female, put her trunk into the sand, looking for signs of water. She sensed something, After days of travel, the herds finally reached the land of the living, a place of shallow muddy lakes and rare green pastures. But the ordeal is not over. The Cunning River, the natural border between Namibia and Angola, is the final obstacle on their journey. And beneath its swift waters, a threat awaits: the Nile crocodile. These giant crocodiles can grow up to 5 meters long and weigh more than half a ton. They don't need to run after their prey, they just wait patiently. A herd of zebras entered the water first, taking careful sips. Little did they know that, just below the surface, a pair of golden eyes were watching. Then, in a flash, the water erupted. A huge crocodile leaped out, clutching a zebra's leg. The animal struggled in panic, trying to escape, but the crocodile performed a deadly twist, dragging its prey into the murky water. Namibia, a land of vast wilderness, where there is no place for the weak. Here, whether predator or prey, every day is a relentless battle. The strong do not always win, and the prey do not always lose. In the distance, across the arid lands of Namibia, a cloud of dust rises, signaling an inevitable confrontation. Two male elephants are advancing toward each other, their eyes fixed on each other. This is no simple fight, but a power struggle to determine who will dominate the herd. Bull elephants only become truly aggressive when they enter must, a period of time when their testosterone levels skyrocket, transforming them into giant fighting machines. And when two elephants in must meet, there is no stopping the fight that is about to begin. They start with low roars and stomping their feet, warning each other. But neither will back down. Then, like an explosion, they both charge at each other. But when it comes to fiercest battles, nothing beats the confrontation between lions and African buffalo. Buffaloes may look slow, but don't let that fool you. With their muscular bodies, sharp horns, and fierce personalities, they are known as the living tanks of Africa. Even lions are wary of these beasts. A pride of lionesses was watching the buffalo herd from a distance. They knew that a full-grown buffalo would be too much of a challenge, but a young buffalo or an old, weak one could be the perfect target. The opportunity came when an older buffalo was slower than the herd. Immediately, a lioness rushed out, grabbed the buffalo by the neck, and used all her weight to pull it down. The other lions quickly joined in, trying to take down their prey. In the wild, sometimes the smallest are the most formidable fighters. And if there is one animal that dares to challenge all predators, it is the fearless honey badger. A cheetah was roaming the grasslands, looking for a small prey to fill its hungry stomach. It spotted a honey badger digging for food. The honey badger is not as big or as fast as the cheetah, but it has one advantage: sheer recklessness. When the cheetah approaches, the honey badger shows no fear. Instead, it charges straight at its enemy, baring its teeth and growling. The cheetah hesitated. It knew that the honey badger had hide so thick that even a lion's fangs would have a hard time piercing it. But more importantly, the honey badger did not run away. It lunged forward and bit the cheetah's leg, causing the cheetah to jump back in surprise. So, who really rules in Namibia? Is it the lions, the master predators? Is it the elephants, the unrivaled giants? Or is it the buffalo, the fearless warriors? The answer is probably no one. In Namibia, no species really rules, because nature always balances itself out in its own way. Every animal has its own strengths, battles it wins, and battles it loses. And it is this constant struggle that creates a magical wild ecosystem where every creature plays its part in the circle of survival. As the sun sets over the grasslands of Namibia, as the roar of lions echoes in the darkness, as herds of elephants continue their journey across the dunes, we know that this will always be one of the wildest, most powerful, and most beautiful places on the planet. And if you ever get the chance to visit Namibia, remember, you are not just an observer, you are part of this great story.